Welcome. What you all been waiting for? Fantasy football draft. The weekend is here. The fantasy football draft weekend is here. Dropping this out on Saturday evening to get you ready. Most people are doing their draft Saturday evening. A lot of people doing them on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here we are, Saturday, September 3rd, and hope this helps you win your league. The key to remember about your draft is this: it's going to set you up with the best probability for the lowest risk. After that, you've got to go out and you've got to make the moves. You've got to make the right decisions. And we'll be here every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to noon. And if you've got a question, start them, sit them, throw them out there. Trying to concise the entire thing. We used to do Saturday and Sunday, and the short of it is trying to get it down to one show. And if we did it just one show on Sunday, we would miss out on the college football and gets us a chance to really start off. I get that you're going to have questions, last minute starts and sits, and if you're, I'll be on Twitter right before kickoff. So if you want to hit us up on Twitter and DM us on Twitter, I'll be paying attention to that. I'll probably just start a thread, and anyone that answers in the thread on Sunday mornings will give you the best advice. But we're going to make this short and sweet because these videos, well, they're kind of a pain in the butt if you have to load up a really long one. So let's get right to it. All right. So we're doing the version of a traffic light. Now that's a traffic light from, what is it over there? The traffic light is from when the NFL had their draft in Nashville in 2019. We went there, we covered it, and so I thought this would be a good thing. All right, let's go ahead and start it. Let's go ahead and hit. Now we're going to go, caution, stop, meaning it's all relative to the ADP. If we're telling you not to draft someone, we're not telling you to draft them because they're terrible. We're telling you to don't draft them that high. And that's the last I'll say of it. This is an assumption. You're either playing in a half point or a full point PPR, somewhere in that area. Don't have time to do them all. And once again, if you got a real question, Saturday mornings, we're going to be here to answer them. So 9 a.m. to noon. I'd say the sweet spot for fantasy football will be 10:30 to noon Eastern. That'll be really we'll focus in on the NFL and probably start at 10 a.m. ish. But that first hour is going to be majority college sports and Major League Baseball. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's start with the go. All right, go. These are guys that I like them where they're at in their ADP. And what I did was I did a starting lineup of them. So I'm not giving you 15 quarterbacks and one running back. So we'll start with the quarterbacks. Number one quarterbacks, guys that you love at their current ADP, and I'll give you what the average consensus of that ADP is. Jalen Hurts. I love where Jalen Hurts is. He's number 6. I think he should be fifth, if not higher. Jalen Hurts is going to get you rushing touchdowns. That's not something that Herbert's going to get a lot of. And I think they're going to try to get Allen to stay off his feet. And we know Mahomes is going to throw. So this is all taking into the consideration that you have a league where rushing touchdowns are key. Now, if you get the same points like I'm in a lot of leagues of 6 and 6, you got to take that into consideration. But love where Hurts is his current ADP around 6. Some have him as low as 7th or 8th. I've seen him as high as 5th. Regardless, I love where he's at. Okay. Another one that a lot of people are steering clear because the injury concern from a couple of weeks ago is Matthew Stafford, your number 12 quarterback. Matthew Stafford is a steal at that rate. If you want to go hog wild and get your running backs, your receivers to start off, I love Matthew Stafford. He's currently 12 in the rankings. You really have to go off of rankings more than ADP, I guess, because at this point, the ADPs kind of get fluctuated going into that Final Cut weekend. But the rankings right now, the consensus rankings have Stafford around 12th. He's going after guys like Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, and I think he'll have just as good of a year, if not better. And Trey Lance, because Trey Lance is an unknown factor. Trey Lance is going at 11. More on him later. All right, Kirk Cousins, 14th. If you're in a 10, 12-man league, he's a hell of a backup. So, some guys go out there and grab quarterbacks early, and you're stuck grabbing the Kirk Cousins, the Derek Carrs. Love their ADP. Move on from that. Let's jump over to the running backs. These guys are a definite go at where they're ranked right now. Alvin Kamara. He is number one with the bullet. He is ranked typically 9th, 10th, sometimes even lower. He is going after guys like Saquon Barkley. He's going after guys like Nick Chubb, who is going to share the load. Alvin Kamara, remember, he's just 2 seasons removed from the 6-touchdown performance that won a lot of people championships. But everyone got freaked out because of the offseason trouble, but it doesn't look like that's going to get rectified. So unless breaking news hits that he's going to get suspended, all is a go for him. Moving on from that, DeAndre Swift. Love DeAndre Swift. He is ranked currently around 11th, the running back 11 in drafts. I think you can make an argument for him in the top 5. Top 7 for sure. Good offensive line. Love DeAndre Swift. A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is going well past Aaron Jones at 22. And A.J. Dillon, I believe, is going to have a split share this year. They've slowly been working it in, and A.J. Dillon is ready to eat. Love A.J. Dillon as a flex play. Ramondre Stevenson. Way down the list, but it looks like he's going to be the number one guy in New England, and he's 32nd, meaning you can get him as an RB3. And I think there's going to be a lot of weeks where he's going to be your RB2. There's going to be some weeks where he's going to be your RB1. Damian Pierce, another guy, number 31 on the board. He is the number one running back in Houston. Marlon Mack was released. Now they've signed him. They've put him on the practice squad, so he's not totally out of the woods yet, but it's obviously the Damian Pierce show. Wide receivers. Let's go to wide receivers that are a go, go, go. My number one guy is Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel, I'm seeing him go as the 6th, 7th, 8th, sometimes 9th or 10th receiver. It all comes from the worry about the contract issues and whether he's going to be used as a running back. Deebo Samuel, they're going to get the ball in his hands. They get the ball in his hands, he's going to score. So I love where Deebo Samuels is going. A.J. Brown, same story. A.J. Brown, I had him on a list of caution, but now that he's going as low as 10, because projection over the offseason was a lot of folks had him in their top 5. Well, he's going 10th. Got to love A.J. Brown at that point. He could, in theory, be your wide receiver too, and that would be an absolute steal. Allen Robinson, new home in Los Angeles, currently ranked 23rd. Going off of Fantasy Pros, by the way, their compiled list. Allen Robinson should be going ahead of guys like Terry McLaurin, guys like Sutton, Deontay Johnson. Next guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown. St. Brown, I think a lot of people are steering away from him because they figure with some of the additions they had in the offseason, he's going to tail off. I don't believe he will. He still is the best receiver on that team until Jameson Williams gets healthy. And Jameson Williams is a guy you draft this year for next year. He's a guy that you would love to see fall to you in the later rounds, especially in a dynasty draft. But if you can put him on your IR, put him on your IR. Love where Jameson Williams is going, because it's not much of a risk if you're getting. Now, don't draft him in the first 7 to 8 rounds of your draft. We're talking about late in the draft. Other guys, you got to love where they're going. Bateman is Rashad Bateman, 27th overall. He's going to be the guy in Baltimore. Chris Olave, he's going to be the guy in the Saints offense, and Jameson Williams is back. Jameis Winston is back. Brandon Cooks is another one. Gotta love where he's going. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Tight ends. The 2 tight ends that I love the most where they're going and falling, it's Freiermuth and Everett. Love Freiermuth and Everett. Okay, the next guys on the list. We're not doing kickers and defense, by the way. All right, these proceed with caution. Guys that they're good, but I don't realistically like where they're going, and I would like to get them a notch or 2 below. If Austin Eckler fell to me late in the first round, I'm on it. But I'm not taking him in the top 3 picks. I saw a video yesterday going top 3 picks. That's insane. Dalvin Cook, another one. He's going too high overall. Dalvin Cook is going 4th overall. That is insanely too high. Breece Hall. Everyone has fallen in love with the Breece Hall in the offseason, and they're drafting him as their RB2. Breece Hall's not even the starting running back in for the Jets. It's still Carter. Now, Hall will probably overtake him at some point, but are you willing to wait that out? On a Jets team that's going to constantly be behind. Eli Mitchell, if you're going to get Mitchell, handcuff him. Sermon got released, handcuff him with TDP. Do not just go Eli Mitchell and go, well, I'm set at running back and move on from there, because he's shown that he's injury prone. Stephon Diggs, I just feel like Stephon Diggs is going way too high. Way too high. He's going really early in drafts, and right now the pros have Diggs number 4 receiver overall. I would rather wait. I'd rather have a Deebo Samuel. I'd rather take my chance on Devontae Adams and his chemistry with his longtime friend with Derek Carr. Another one, Juju Smith-Schuster. Too many mouths to feed in that offense. Michael Thomas, the injury concerns. Mooney, Darnell Mooney, proceed with caution. I know he can have some big games, but Justin Fields has not proven anything, and I'm more interested in Mooney to see what I can get on him on a DFS stack. Hopkins, D-Hop. He's out the first 6 weeks. Don't draft him too high. That's a big, big problem that he's going to be sitting on your bench, and in most leagues, you can't put him on the IR. That's a big problem. Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson, to me, is going a little too high, mainly because he's going to be one of 3, 4 receivers if you count Freiermuth. And I do think Pickens is going to emerge. Brandon Ayuk, you want the number 2 receiver on the San Francisco offense, drafting as high as Ayuk is going. Ayuk is going in the top 30 in most drafts. Other guys that you can outside of Ayuk in that same realm, Michael Thomas, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore's being slept on because of Garrett Wilson. All right. Move on from that. Let's go to the stop. Stop means these guys are being drafted way too high in their ADP. What are we doing? Why are we drafting these guys? Some of them I wouldn't draft at all. Justin Fields. What in the hell? No, don't draft Justin Fields. Wait to see how he pans out, maybe pick him up. Tua Tagovailoa. Same thing. People are drafting him and hoping things. Now, look, if you're in a best ball, it's a different argument, but I'm talking about year-long fantasy. Jameis Winston, I like him as one of the sleepers. We're going to put a pin in Jameis. Had kind of a question mark on him. Matt Ryan, people are drafting him. Okay, maybe in a 2-quarterback league, But other than that, no thank you. We move on from there. That sound means that I've got to get this going. All right. Running backs. Leonard Fournette's going way too high. Came into shape, came into camp out of shape. He's not going to just get fed. And with Rachaad White in the backfield, I just would not. Fournette's going to be a 10 to 12, maybe 15 touch guy. He doesn't belong as high as he is. All right, you move on from him. Saquon Barkley, same thing. People are drafting him way too high, way too damn high for Saquon Barkley. He does not belong in the top 6, 7 conversation. He just doesn't. Moving on from that. Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's going way too damn high. Way too high. Ezekiel Elliott. Miles Sanders. Good Lord, how many times do you have to get burned by Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders has to break a long run to even have a prayer of doing anything. Do not draft Miles Sanders. He's going way too high. If you get him late in the draft, okay, fair enough. As a flyer, as your number 4 running back, okay. But people are drafting him and thinking that he's going to all of a sudden, because they're in love with his ability, but that offense is going to continue to be the same thing. Next guy on the list, you do not want to draft. Christian Kirk, way too high. Jaguars offense, come on. Kadarius Toney, he's going to disappoint you. Wan'Dale Robinson, remember it. MVS, get away from him. Treylon Burks, they're drafting him too high. He's going to be dropped a million times. You can pick him up later. Amari Cooper, with Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback, come on. And Jalen Tolbert is falling out of the good graces of the coaching staff. And it looks like Gallup is coming back sooner than expected. Stay away from Jalen Tolbert. Tight ends, Kmet, same thing. Justin Fields, I'm not playing with it. And Ingram, everyone's going to get burned on Ingram because they think he's going to flourish down there with Trevor Lawrence. It's not going to happen. All right, the next ones. These are your sleeper picks. We mentioned one, Jameson Williams. Like him as a deep sleeper. He's going to sit on your bench for a while. Jameis Winston is your quarterback. Love that one. Dameon Pierce. Love that one. Ramondre Stevens, deep in the draft. Love him. Rashad Penny. Remember any championships he won? Love him. Cordell Patterson. People are forgetting what he did last year. Grab him. DJ Chark. DJ Chark, if you grab DJ Chark and then accompany him with Jameson Williams, you're going to have the 1-2 punch no matter what happens. Wan'Dale Robinson. Love where he's going. Great sleeper. Pickens, George Pickens, look out. Romeo Doubs. He's going to be the guy in Green Bay. And hit you with two more. Irv Smith is a tight end, is a great sleeper pick. He's coming back off the injury, should flourish in that offense. And Mecole Hardman. Somebody's got to be Tyreek Hill. Last one we'll do, and then we're getting the hell out of here. Do not disturb. Do not disturb means don't pick them up. Don't draft them. Don't waste your damn time. Devontae Parker of the New England Patriots. Bam. Sammy Watkins. Bam. Devin Singletary. Bam. Corey Davis. Cedric Wilson. These are guys that I see going in these drafts, and there's no damn sense in it. We're going to get out of here. Got to run. Got to go. We'll be here weekly on Fantasy Football Talk. We're doing the Saturday morning show, and then we're going to do some pop-up videos. Have a great one. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to noon.